start with a question, and I want you to just notice what comes up when you hear it. When was the last time something didn't go the way you expected and you actually stopped to deal with it? Not push through, not moved on to the next thing. Actually stopped. For most of us, the honest answer is not recently, maybe not ever. And I think that's behind more than we realize. Because there are two ways people carry a disappointment. The first one is super obvious. You're clearly struggling. It's fresh, you know something's off. The second one is quieter. You've been functioning fine, you're still showing up, still performing, still going after things. But something has shifted slightly. A hesitation that wasn't there before. A bit more second guessing than you used to do. You're working just as hard, but something feels a bit off and you can't quite put your finger on what. Welcome back. I am Virginie, and this is Level Up with Virginie, a place where I talk about growth, reinvention, and confidence for ambitious people ready to step into what's next. Next week, on July 7th, I'm hosting my first ever live workshop on rebuilding confidence after disappointment. A 90-minute session with me on Zoom. And in this video, I will share with you what it is, who I built it for, and also what you will learn from it. So first, let me tell you who I built this workshop for. I had really two people in mind. The first one is anyone going after something hard right now, like career pivot, starting a business, stepping into something that's outside your comfort zone. Because the moment you do, resistance and rejection are part of the journey. And that's exactly when your confidence takes the biggest hit. The second one is someone who is hard on themselves when they underperform or miss a shot. Don't get me wrong, high standards are a strength, but they also mean every step back feels harder than it needs to. So if you recognize yourself in any of this, keep listening. Because now I'm going to dive into why I built it and then what you will actually walk away with. But first, why I built this workshop. And I want to be honest with you here. I built this because I needed it. I wish I had known this earlier. Because in my life, I've made big changes in my career more than once. Changing industry, function, country, and every single one of those transitions came with resistance and rejection. With moments where things didn't go the way I planned. And over time, those disappointments fed a story I started telling myself about who I was. And what I quietly decided it meant was that I wasn't someone who knew how to advocate for herself. It's not like I said it out loud. I actually barely thought about it consciously, but I know it was there. And the next time I needed to advocate for myself, I didn't try as hard, not because I couldn't, but because I've already decided the outcome. I kept charging forward anyway, hitting the next goal, the next milestone, staying busy. And never once I stopped to ask myself, am I actually okay here? Or something from my past is still quietly affecting me right now? And the honest answer was yes. It had cost, not just in opportunity, but in energy. The kind where you're still doing everything right, but something is quietly draining you and you can't quite name what. And when I think of the people I admire, the ones who are really genuinely successful out there, they're not immune to any of this. They face rejection, failure, difficulty like everyone else. But what I've noticed is that the difference isn't whether they face challenges, it's what they do with it afterwards. They process it somehow instead of just pushing past it so it doesn't follow them into what's next. And if I'm honest, I didn't know how to do that. Most of us aren't taught. We are told to dust ourselves off, push through, and that works until it doesn't. Because what you don't deal with doesn't disappear, it stays with you and it keeps showing up. So I built this one thing I needed. Let me be clear about what this workshop is and isn't. It is not a mindset course. It is not therapy. It's not me telling you to reframe your failure or look on the bright side. It's a structured process for doing one specific thing. Going back to what happened, understanding what you took from it, and consciously deciding what to leave behind. And I built this as a live session on purpose because this is the kind of work it's easy to understand in theory and also easy to put off in practice. When it's live, got to do it. You have to show up, work through it, and actually leave having it done, not intending to. And you also get to be in a room with other people like you, even a virtual one, and ask your question. Now, let me walk you through what's inside the 90 minutes. It's built around 3 stages. The first stage is see it. It is where we separate what actually happened from the story you told yourself about what it meant. Because most people aren't stuck on the event, they're stuck on the verdict. And before you can challenge it, you have to see it clearly. The second stage is challenge it. This is where we go looking for the evidence that contradicts the belief you've been carrying. Not affirmation, not positive self-talk. Real evidence, specific moment from your own life where you showed exactly the strength, capability, and courage that a setback made you doubt. And the third stage is move from it. And this is the one I care most about. Because understanding something is not the same as changing anything. This section is about an identity reset, the gap between who you have actually become and who you still think you are. And a lot of people are stuck in that gap, giving themselves no credit for what they have survived, what they have learned, what they built on the other side of something hard. And this section closes that gap. And you live with one specific concrete commitment. So by the end of those 90 minutes, here's what you will have. 5 things. A clear name, understanding of what you've actually been holding on to. Real evidence from your own life that directly contradicts the verdict you gave yourself. A self-statement that isn't an affirmation, but something grounded in the things you've actually lived. One action you are committing to before you walk away, something your stuck self wouldn't have taken. And on a practical note, you will also receive a link to the session replay afterwards. As I close this video, I want to be honest about something. Building this workshop required me to be more open than I'm naturally comfortable with. But I also think that's what this kind of work actually requires. You can't help someone through something you haven't been willing to go through yourself. And here's why I think it's worth your time. once you have a real process for rebuilding confidence after disappointment, it won't shield you from more disappointments coming to your life, but it will give you the tools to process them for the rest of your life. So if any part of what I've shared today feels familiar or helpful, I would love for you to come and join me on July 7th. I will add the link to register in the description box below. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you for joining me on the Level Up with Virginie channel. For more insight on how to build a life that is truly yours, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel.